Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I'm working on my 100-day project. We are up to day 39. That's getting close to halfway. Yay! Now it's been fun doing these, but I feel like it takes over other things that I could be doing. Because I do art every day, so it's not a challenge to do art for 100 days. But it's a challenge to keep my focus on one thing. And I feel like I should be improving, but I don't think I'm improving. I'm running out of the good scraps is what's happening. So this one is Utah Valley from above. It's the valley in Utah. You can see there's a little lake there and some mountains in the background. And it's from up in the mountains. Probably a hike I did. It's a really old photograph. I'm sure I was on a hike somewhere. And I was trying to put in another layer. And I needed to close off my little waterway there. So I grabbed a little piece of this reflective color. I'm not sure if that was a good choice or not. But yeah, this one has a lot of layers. So I did speed this one up even faster than regular speed. Well, my regular fast speed. So this is like, I don't know. I don't know how to multiply it because I speed it up as fast as it'll go, and then I download the video and then I upload it to my thing again and speed it up as fast as it'll go. So it's like, I don't know math-wise, but anyway, it's fast. So how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I hope the weather's good. Here, when I'm filming this, it is good weather here. It snowed last week. By the time this comes up, it'll be hot weather, right? We're gonna all be complaining about the heat around here, but it's really nice right now. Our tulips are coming out. They haven't bloomed yet. They're they're on the north side of the house, so they stay the coldest the longest, but they are starting to come out. So I'm very excited about that. I've noticed I need to divide them. Do you divide them when they start to grow or after? Because they're in big clumps and they need to be divided. And I'm not really much of a gardener. I have to Google stuff to know what to do. And of course, using my Stabilo and creating shading on this one so that we can tell where everything is. And separate all the little hills. That bottom section is supposed to be like the pathway. I did it with some gray painty paper, or blue-gray painty paper. Oh, and I wanted to add this. There was a bush that didn't have any leaves on it. I wanted to add that, so that's my attempt here, is to add some more. Some bushes and trees. We'll pretend it's fall. I don't remember. I don't have the picture right in front of me, so I don't remember if the photo was actually fall or not. And give them that tree some land to stand on. There we go. Oh, and I think I add a little white, some of my Jelly Roll pen on the water so that it is not mistaken for something else. Alright, there we go. Day 39. Can't believe how far I am. And then this one is day 40. This one's a little bit simpler, but I have a lot of little pieces, so I did speed this one up extra fast too. And yeah, that's going to be my sky. Had a little bit of blue streaks in there. I think that was actually my nephew had scribbled on, colored on a piece of paper, and I gel printed over it. So the blue streaks are his marker or his crayon. Oh, and this image is the Gunnison Reservoir. So the first couple of projects from the 100 days, I had gone down to Delta and seen the Snow Geese Festival, and it's on the Gunnison Reservoir. So I was scrounging trying to figure out what picture I was going to use, and I'm like, oh, I haven't actually done the reservoir, so that's what this is supposed to look like. And it was winter then, and the reservoir was mostly covered in snow. So I thought this, the orangish with a lot of white would work for the bushes and trees because they look like they could have snow on them, right? Oh, and if you watched my last video, I mentioned that I got some new white markers, and I think I test them out on this one. And I think I show them to you, so hopefully I did that. But I do use them on this project, so. I don't know, I was expecting them to be faint like my jelly roll is, and they really stood out. But you have to make sure you shake them every time, because I've used them since this project, and I went to use them, and I'm like, well, that's really watery, like it didn't stand out. So I shook them, and yeah, that improved 100% to shake them. But of course, I've got to do my shading with my Stabilo. I need to sharpen my Stabilo. It's getting dull. Leaving bigger, broader marks. And I like the fine, just like a fine line around the edge. And then to spread it out with my water. So here they are. They're called Funcils, Funcils, white acrylic markers. They're 5 markers. It's a variety pack. And I did get them on Amazon. I don't remember how much, but I will try to remember to put a link down below in case you want to check them out and see how much they are. Yeah, I have, yeah, that was a mess. I have so much trouble with white. When I saw these suggested by PM Artist Studios, they had gotten some. I'm like, oh, I will try another white pen. See if I can get something I really like. And these go on really well, and hopefully they will continue to go on well. I think that's my problem. Like, I don't use it every day all the time until it runs out. I stop using it and then go back, and it's dried up or whatever, or hard or something. Anyway, that was that one. Now this next one, okay. I hope you'll give me a pass on this one. So if you're a part of PM Artist Studios Facebook group, I can't think of the name at the moment. I'm sure it'll come to me. Anyway, they have a challenge. They have like a color challenge. They don't want to call it a challenge. Color prompt, say that. Every month where they want you to try a certain color combination. And they're colored this month, or when I was doing this, which was April 2nd, was pink and orange. I like pink and orange together. I like painting and using pink and orange. So I'm like, I can do this. I can do a landscape with pink and orange. The landscape I picked was the Big Rock Candy Mountain. And yes, that is a real place. It's in Sevier, Utah. And it is severe there. But they have, like, the hills are actually yellow. And then just regular rocks and stuff, you know. They're just, but they put a resort there. And they've got, you can camp there and go dirt biking, whatever, you know. So I tried to create the landscape using those colors and thinking of Big Rock Candy Mountain. I wanted it to kind of look like candy. And of course, if you've heard the song, you have to have the Lemonade Springs in there. So that's why I added the yellow. And there were actually trees in the picture, so I added the trees. But yeah, so this one is like not the best looking landscape I've done. Those kind of look like gumdrops, don't they? That was not my intent, but they can be gumdrops. The gumdrop hills. And then I added a little bit of line in the upper part, trying to create like hills, looking of hills. I may pull this one out again and see if I can cure it, because it needs a little help. And maybe if I had left the background alone, I would have been happier, but I put hills in the background. So, yeah. Not my favorite landscape. Maybe if I got really close and just saw the gumdrops, hills, and the trees, I could like it. See, this is me trying to make like hills in the background on that pink. Anyway, so when you put water over the top of that, it gave it a little bit of bubbles, but it dries flat. So, me adding more contours to the background. I mean, it was right up against the side of a mountain, but I don't know. I think I'm feeling like adding a little contrast might help cure that one. I don't think there's a cure for that one. So that was day 41, Big Rock Candy Mountain. Alright, this next one is a real simple one. This is the town of Medina in Utah. Well, this is a view from there. Just the landscape view. The area has like a couple of old buildings, and there's probably farmland out there. Some railroad tracks out in the middle of nowhere. I'm using my favorite blue-green gel print from when I was gel printing solid colors. I did a whole bunch of solid colors. The plan was to use them for collage, so they're finally getting used. That was a really fun gel print session, and it was also a plan to use up some paint, some of my craft paint. So it has craft paint, has a little bit of metallic on there, and I did both sides, so they'd be reversible. Excuse me, talking. I need water. Yeah, just a real simple landscape. Giving some depth to the mountains, and then I think that one's about done. That was day 42, Medina. So this next one is also another picture of my own, and I'm pretty sure, because of where I was, this is a view of Diamond Head. I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure. Because that's the area I was in, like based on all the other photos. Need to go get me a glass of water. This time I was trying to layer from the bottom. I wanted to have a big sky, but it's really hard to, it's easier to start from the top and work your way down, but I didn't want to end up off the page. So I just kind of tucked everything in and glued them together. You'll see, there it is. Sorry about that jump. I must not have recorded the rest, but here it is. Now we're going to add a little bit of shading, of course. I don't like using the plain construction paper. I like the jelly prints and paint offs because I like, or even scrapbook. That pink at the bottom is my scrapbook paper. Oh, and that yellowish green. But I like the stuff with more texture and more interest. But I did use a little bit of just plain blue for that small, small hill in the background. I think that works. What do you think of all the texture and the prints? Is it too busy for you? What do you think? Of course, after you see this next one, so that was day 43. This next one, after doing it, I decided I've got to calm down a little bit and not go for so many bits and pieces. Have this one really sped up too. So this is supposed to be Waimea Canyon in Hawaii. And I was trying to get all the hills and the angles and all that stuff. And it was kind of green, like a lot of green. But there is canyon in there and cliff faces in Waimea Canyon. So I was trying to put that in there too. And I think this just ends up way too busy. And you can give me your opinion. So this is the last one on this video. So you'll have to tell me which one do you like the best, which one's your favorite. Do you like the simple or the complicated? I hope you've been enjoying these videos. It's really interesting to look back and see how I created some of them. And I'm not quite even halfway yet. Getting close to halfway. This is number 44. So I'm about at the halfway mark. And if you have missed any, there is a playlist of all of these if you're interested in watching them. Or you can just go to my Instagram. There's a link tree in the description box below. You can go to my Instagram and just look at the pictures if you want to just see the pictures of all of them. I am posting those daily, so in real time. So not backed up like these are, not on the right day. They're later. The videos come out much later. But can you see all the bits and pieces I'm putting on here? It became a bit excessive, I think, in this one. But I was really trying to get that feeling of canyon. But I don't think you really get it. I'll put the Stabilo on there and get darker, much darker. I also think I did the China marker on there to get some areas really dark. And that does help a little bit. But yeah, this one was a bit excessive in the bits and pieces department. Here you'll finally get a look at what maybe it could look like. Trying to get those angles on that canyon on the left-hand side. It looks like it's rock sticking up in the end. Really trying to get it dark in there. Because it is down in the valley of the canyon. So there you go. That is all of them. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.